Hey everybody, it's Ross here, admin of the Good Comedy Guide. This is the first of my YouTube videos. I did a live video in the group the other day to point people here. This is the first of my Comedy Digest videos. So firstly, I want to say a big thank you to everyone for engaging so wonderfully. 200 members within a couple of days is really great. And we've got people coming in from all sorts of different comedy fan groups. So the In-Betweeners, IT Crowd, This Country, Father Ted, and more and more. So first off, what I thought I would do with these videos is to do a short weekly digest of comedy news. So I've got a couple of things here that I've prepared. Firstly, on 3rd of March, we will be seeing the release of the new series of The Trip, Rob Brydon and Steve Coogan, who will be in Greece. That's the final series. 3rd of March, that starts on Sky One. Then there was a little bit of news about another series, which is White Gold. That is now finished. There will be no more series of White Gold after that last second series, which is a shame, particularly as I admin a White Gold group called Cachet. Later this year, Stephen Merchant will be portraying a serious role. He will be Stephen Port in The Barking Murders on BBC One, which will come out in the autumn. That also stars Sheridan Smith, who was, as we know, fantastic in The 12 Days of Christine, inside number 9, series 2, or episode 2, I think, or 3, 2, I think. Stephen Merchant was also mentioned in a review of Jojo Rabbit, a film out at the moment. And I found this funny because they referred to him, rather than tall, they referred to him as elongated, which he is, I guess, but it's an odd word to use to describe someone's stature. He plays in that a Gestapo agent. In the Netflix world, Jack Whitehall, he has a new series coming out in the autumn. So series 4 with his dad. So Jack Whitehall Travels with My Father. That comes out in the autumn. That's a 4th series, and that will be set in Australia. And over to Inside Number 9, we had the first episode last week, which was The Referee's a Wanker. We assume it's Wanker. There were 3 stars after the W, so could be anything Worker or Walker, but I think it's Wanker. That was followed by an Inside Number 9 podcast, Inside Number 9, which is hosted by the 2 guys, Steve Pemberton and Rhys Shearsmith. And I think there's going to be a new episode of that every week. They'll be available on BBC Sounds. Looking at the poll that we have in the group of the top 5 comedies, currently This Country is out ahead, and that's, I suppose, understandable given that the majority of members of the group came from This Country initially. With 67. Father Ted was up into second with 27, and then tied on 24 were all 3 of The Office, Alan Partridge, and In-Betweeners. Finally, this week I'm going to just go through a little bit of TV comedy coming up. So tonight at 5 past midnight on ITV, we have got Shopping with Keith Lemon, who will be out in a toy store with Rob Beckett and Fern Cotton. I think he's Fern Cotton, not Fern Britton, Fern Cotton. And if you don't like to laugh, on BBC One a bit earlier, 9:45, Mrs. Brown's Boys is on. So, but I do like to laugh, so certainly that won't be on later. 10 past midnight on More 4. There's a couple of Father Ted episodes back to back. The first is Tentacles of Doom, which is where the 3 bishops visit, and they're there to upgrade the Holy Stone of Clonricket to a Class 2 relic. And then there is the Old Grey Whistle theft following that. So that's from 10 past 12 on More 4 tonight. That's a great episode, actually, the Old Grey Whistle theft, because you've got Father Damien, or Damo anyway, who leads Dougal astray. Tomorrow, not a great deal. On Yesterday, between 8 and 10, there's 3 episodes of Allo Allo. So if you like, old comedies, then check that out. Monday, the big day, we've got Inside Number 9's 2nd episode. Really looking forward to that. It is called Death Be Not Proud, starring Jenna Coleman. Every series has had its dark episodes. So in series 1, we had the harrowing episode 6. We had Seance Time, I think episode 5 of series 2, maybe episode 6 again. And then in the third episode, we had Riddle of the Sphinx, and in the third series, sorry, and in the final series last year, we had to Heaven to Hold, which was the darkest of the episodes. This one, looking at the synopsis, seems to be that episode for this series. So really, don't miss this. It looks very good. I haven't seen a trailer, but certainly the synopsis and the title intrigue me. So that's on Monday, BBC 2, 10 o'clock. So don't miss that. 9 o'clock on Monday as well, on Dave, Live at the Apollo is on, and that will have Reginald D. Hunter, who I haven't really seen a lot of, but I saw him on a hotel stay a while back, and I thought, I mean, he wasn't in the hotel, we just had the TV on at the end of the bed, and I thought he was very funny. And then BBC One again, 10:35, Ladhood, which I recently have seen a few episodes of. I think it's a weird kind of comedy mix between comedy and drama, looking back at school in the sort of late 90s, early 2000s, I think. Really good, so check that out. Tuesday, E4, 10 o'clock to 11:05. There's nothing really. Sarah Millican, Chatterbox Live. Not a massive fan of Sarah Millican myself, but I know people are. So E4, 10 o'clock. Wednesday, 10 o'clock on BBC 2, Live at the Apollo. Again, Henning Vane is hosting that. Saw him live, got a photo with him, both of us wearing the same kind of jumper. I'm sure he was absolutely privileged to meet me. Nothing really on Thursday at all. Friday, King Gary, it's the last episode of that series on BBC One from 9:30. And then on Channel 4 from 10 past midnight, How to Lose Friends and Influence People with Simon Pegg and Kirsten Dunst, I think, is on as well. So that is it for this video. Please do join the Facebook group, which is Facebook. Go to Facebook, search for The Good Comedy Guide, and check out my Instagram, which is at The Good Comedy Guide, of course. Great to chat, and look forward to speaking to you again soon. And please subscribe. Cheers.